Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. This is our beginners class. We'll get started shortly. Welcome. Hello, Wanda. Welcome, Wanda. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. We'll get started shortly. Thanks for being here. This is our beginners class. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Welcome. We'll get started shortly. Beginners class for new traders. Whether you're brand new to trading or still, been trading for a while and still trying to work things out, this class is for you. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. Our beginners class. Hey, Gerald, welcome. Gerald, welcome. Hey, Gerald, our other Gerald, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Our beginners class. Hey, Corey, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. So, our beginners class. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. All right, guys, let's go and get started here. All right. So we've got Gerald, he's here, Corey, Gerald. Wanda, I think you're new. Wanda is new to us. So what I would like to do, since we've got some regular folks here, um, and you guys are using the systems too. So we'll just do something a bit different, okay, this evening. Since we've got you guys are on here. So I'm going to share. Let me ask Gerald, either Gerald and Corey. And then Wanda, this will be good because both Corey and Gerald have been trading with us for a while. So they're not brand new to trading. Okay. I think both you guys are what, 3-4 months in. All right. And Gerald has been coming to the other Gerald has been coming to every class. Gerald is at every single class. And that's so cool. That's so very cool. Okay, guys. This is the beginners class, and I'm so glad you guys are here. All right, because usually new traders come to the beginners class just a few times and then move on to the other classes that we do. But I like the fact that you guys are here because sometimes we need the basics, right? And sometimes we need to get back to the basics. And we need to keep things simple. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys, is there anything you guys you guys want me to cover this evening?
Hey David, yeah, this
Hey,
Gerald. Hey,
hey
this
Gerald.
Gerald L for everybody. So
Gerald L. Okay, I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna
there
say
you go.
Gerald L. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
You notice something I noticed about this current monster scalpel system that we trade. It is apparent, in my opinion, that the market for forex right now is too volatile. It is over volatile because instead of having our usual big waves when the majority of the cash and the majority of the buying goes to a few pairs, because it's all over the place right now. It is as if money is flowing everywhere, not giving us that opportunity to catch what we as trend followers use is big waves, the big rotations. That's where we get the majority of our winnings from. And because the market is so volatile, so stacked, we got almost down to 10 pairs that are not trending over 20 right now, which is it means the money is flowing big time in the forex market, but it's just going everywhere to we're not even knowing which pairs to take a bite on because the wave is everywhere. It's like trying to surf when we're getting waves from all over the place. So that's just my observation over the past few hours, and especially over the past 24 hours of what I've seen and what the market is doing.
Yeah, good observation. And I got your text today that you're gonna just kind of hold up, right? And that's not a bad idea. And as traders, we wanna what you're basically doing, Gerald, is you're looking at the condition of the market, right? And you said it's like a wave, right? It's like a surfer. And if we're not aware of the weather, if we don't look at the weather, the news, the weather report, then we could get caught up, right? Same thing here. I don't think it's a major concern, but it is a concern. If you look here, it's very choppy here.
Yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead and start sharing, David.
Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. All right.
And you are right. It is not a major concern, but it is one to take. And I've noticed that about my first time in this forex market experiencing something like this, because we usually get since I've been trading those usually swings and rotations. That's what we usually see. But this is a huge market that is almost trending a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice that we have movement, right? We have a lot of movement. That's good. Um, what's not as good is that here, right? Things are choppy here. So if we see here, it's up and down, neutral here, right? Up and down here. So there's no consistent, and you're right, there's no consistency in any of the groups. Okay. And pay attention to that. All right. Pay attention to that, guys. We would like to have, buying here, right? Buying here, selling here. All right. Especially buying in the upper, in like the New Zealand. So ideally we want this to be solid. When it's not solid like this, the yen pairs has been solid, and we've traded the yen pairs, right? So the yen pairs for the most part are still intact, right? They did, some of them pull back, but the yen pairs are still holding. So that's why we've been saying, hey, the yen pairs, that's the only rotation we've been able to call. It was a slow beginning, but it's the only trade we've got right now.
And
Okay.
you're right. And the system monster scalpel trade the 240, and that's what we look at. We look at primarily monster scalpels 240, and a lot of those yen pairs was falling off. But over the past 240, over the past 2 days, we saw a rotation. It's hard to follow that trend. It's hard to get on and stay on because of those pullbacks and major pullbacks, and also major markups in other markets. It's one thing to get a pullback in your market, but to see major markups in other pairs was just like money is just going all over the place, and we're not able to get latched on to those big fish.
Okay. So which other pairs, Gerald? Which other pairs you're referring to?
Well, I did see that major markup in the dollar pairs today, from earlier today in the 240 time frame.
Yeah, but we really should not be trading the dollar pairs.
Sure, we shouldn't. However, we trade however are we deemed that we want to trade. And if someone looks at that as a potential rotation, because we have to formulate our own process when we take on every trade, it can get kind of the illusion of a markup, or I guess an early rotation is what I'm trying to say. When in reality, no, the yen pairs is really what we should be trading, but that wasn't appearing that in the 240 time frame.
Okay, I'm so glad you you mentioned that. All right, so let's talk about that. And wonder, this might sound a bit advanced, but that's fine. This is how we learn. So just sit back. If you have any questions, just raise your hand, and everyone else. Okay. So let's talk about this, Gerald. This is important. Okay. So you mentioned we trade what we want to trade. And I know what you mean by that, right? I know that what you mean, that we are watching everything, and we are looking for opportunities. Okay. Let's change that a bit. Okay. We are going to trade what is tradable. Okay. So not everything, we traded the dollar before. We were in the dollar. I think the dollar was the previous rotation. and we've been out of the dollar. We haven't been back in the dollar. Now I know some individual traders have got into the dollar, but as a whole, that's not the trade. Okay, right now. That's not the trade right now. Now it could be, it could turn into a trade, but the yen pairs have been, that's been the trade. All right. So for the last 3 weeks or so, we've been saying the yen pairs. 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks or so, it's been the yen pairs. Definitely last week, definitely this week. Hey, Kawisi, welcome. All right. And I think a little bit of the previous week. Okay, so it's been the yen pairs. And guess what, Corey? That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. And I'll show you what's going on. Okay, so that hasn't changed. So the one, when we can only do one rotation at a time. And the reason we call it a rotation is because the banks, the institutions, whatever you want to call it, that's where capital is flowing. All right, that's where capital is flowing, and that's where the majority of the capital is flowing. Okay, so, and can they do that? Can they put capital in a variety of places? Absolutely, but generally it's in one place. So I want you guys to focus on just long right now. Long, not short, long. Okay, now if we look here, and it's all about focus, right? Focus. As traders, we need to be focused. So the rotation has been the yen pairs. Is that correct? Gerald?
Oh yeah, that's absolutely correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So, okay. So that's correct. So that hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. And why hasn't it changed? It hasn't changed because they're not giving us sales signals. They're still in the markup phase. Overall, and a lot of times we'll get sidetracked because of the market, right? The market's doing crazy. You know, it was a very volatile, you're right. It's a very volatile day. The Dow was down 1,200 points. That's a big down day for the Dow. All right. NASDAQ was down big. All the indexes were down big. But guess what? We still want to stick with what is. All right. And what we know is that and Gerald, you're going to be setting up your signals. All right. This is it. Not a single yen pair closed. So with all the noise, all of the movement in the markets, our main goal are the yen pairs. That's it. That's it. Right? That's the rotation. That's what's trading. Right? Everything could be going just haywire, right? And could be a complete disaster. We just have to stay focused on what we are trading, right? And we know that the yen pairs are still intact because we don't have not a single, with everything you mentioned, Gerald, not a single yen pair has closed, right? So think about what you just said, right? Right, when you open up, and I just let's talk about this, right? You're like, David, there's nothing to trade. All right, everything is crazy. Look at this, and it is a mess. And you guys will have this where people are panicking. That's when we make money. As a matter of fact, we make money when there's panic out there, when things are crazy, and we stay dead center, dead focus.
And that makes sense because you looking at the yen pairs, you're right. They did not close. They did give the appearance of a massive pullback, which the 240 time frame did capture those in the data. So we was able to see those pullbacks. And we saw the same time frame of the buying within the other market. So perhaps it was an early indication, but I agree with you that the timing, we never got an exit out of the yens, which
Yeah.
would have indicated the end of the rotation. So, and then it's plainly saying that the rotation is still there. It just looking at the market volatility, it was because everything was kind of leveling out. Like there was not a really big wave.
Uh-huh.
I guess you kind of stick with the current wave that you was on until you get those exit signals.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm so glad you mentioned this, right? Because as traders, we need to stay focused. And I use this analogy, right? And I learned this years ago. Years ago, it's like you're a fighter pilot, you're in the service, and you're in the Air Force, and you're flying a jet, right? And you're flying, and you've got your target. What's that movie? Top Gun. I saw Top Gun when it came out, and everything is happening around you. Things are going crazy, right? Planes are being shot down, bombs are everywhere, and you've got your target, and you don't care, and you just focus, right? So as traders, we just have to focus. Our target has been the yen pairs. That's it. That's our target, the yen pairs, right? And the volatility that came into the market, and you mentioned it, right? The Dow is down, right? 1,200 points. Right? Bitcoin is down 2,000 points. All right. Things are crazy, but guess what? We hold on to our target. So if we did this, if we just took this away, let's say we did this here. I want to show you guys something here. What if we did this? All right. And then we did this. Just stay with me. And sometimes you have to do this. I have done this. When things get crazy, I will narrow. I will, we have a lot of different systems here, but I will reduce. Okay, I will reduce my view of the market. I don't do this much anymore, because I like to see everything. But certainly, years ago, I would do this. When things got crazy, I would just leave what I want to see so that I don't get so like right here, right? Let's do this. Let's bring it down a bit more. And you guys will see there's a method to the madness here. And as traders, new traders, you have to do that. You have to block out the noise. Okay. Look at this here. So this is what we trade in the yen pairs. This is our chart here. Now, if we did this here, let's take a look at what the yen pairs are doing. Okay. So this is ZAR yen. All right. We have about 10 of them, 10 yen pairs. Still holding, no sell signal. The dollar yen. All right. If we were trading the dollar, now look at the buy signal right here. Look here. Even with a red candle here, it recovered all the way, right? It recovered, never gave a sell signal. All right. Single SGD, JPY, look at that. Buy signal here, no sell signal, no sell signal. All right. Let's see, TRY, JPY, look at that, no sell signal. All right, so that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 5. This one gave a sell signal here. So we would have been out of this one here. That's New Zealand yen. All right, here's another one here. No sell signal. Pound yen. Look at pound yen. And pound yen moves big. Look at this. No sell signal. Still holding. Euro yen. Buy signal here. Look at that. Green candles still in the markup phase. No sell signal. All right. Look at that. Look at Swiss yen. Actually, yeah, moved down here, but look, it recovered nicely. Perfect buy. Imagine, look at this. Could you imagine getting out because the market was down today and closing that trade? CAD yen consolidating in here, no sell signal. And then Aussie yen. This was a Tilax trade. All right. It's still holding. Even the Aussie yen is still holding. White candles here. We could get a green. The other yen pairs are moving higher, so we could get a green candle. As a matter of fact, it's recovered. It's right up here. So it could turn into a green candle and keep on going. So the only one, and look here, this one here is down. So the only one that's down with all of this volatility, Gerald, everything you said, everything is crazy. You know, we don't have any opportunities to trade, right? The only one that gave a sell signal is the New Zealand yen. And we see it here that it's down. As a matter of fact, this here up, new up, new up, new up. See that? You see that, Gerald?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I see it. And the good thing is, we can, hone in on those, I guess narrow in on the actual target, like you said. When you're flying around, you got your eyes on the target, because it can get really crazy because you can see the volatility and the markups in those other markets where they look like potential rotations. And then sometimes you get sellers to come in on the current pairs, but never getting an exit signal. But when you see that, we're not blind to that, but you have to almost wear those blinders in order to be that type of trader. So, yep, absolutely, I see it.
Yeah. So, as traders, the first rule, well, there are many rules, right? And you guys heard Tilak last night, right? With his trade when it gapped down, right? His emotions. So controlling our emotions. It's hard, all right. But if we understand what's going on, it'll be easier to manage our emotions. All right. The other thing is this: don't pay attention to what's out there. All right. Even sometimes we don't talk about this a lot. Sometimes the system will provide a lot of noise, like it did, right? You saw this in here, Gerald, where this looked crazy, right? This looked kind of crazy. All right. But this is a good exercise here. Right? This is a really good exercise. I've done this, I've taped. It's gotten so crazy at times. I'll take a blank sheet of paper and I'll tape it over the screens so that I don't see. I don't do it as much anymore, but certainly years ago I did when I was trying to figure things out, and I didn't want any distractions. Okay, sometimes you have to do that stuff to stay focused, because this amazing trades here, and this is where we've been trading. We haven't changed course. Right? You guys didn't get a text from me saying, hey, we're going to be watching the New Zealand pairs or the Aussie pairs or the the dollar pairs, or none of that, right? Because we one at a time, one rotation at a time, one trade at a time. We can't be all over the place. Capital is flowing here for a reason. Whether it's fundamentals, whether it's data, whether it's whatever, and they're not gonna just jump off. When I say they, that's the banks, institutions, whatever, right? They're not gonna just jump off in the middle. They're not done yet. We'll know when they're done when we get sell signals and we get sellers to start to come in. That hasn't happened. Okay, so I'm glad you mentioned that, Gerald, because this is a big lesson. This is a big lesson why we need to stay focused, focused. Things could be going crazy, right? Bad things, listen, they're gonna be, you know, they're gonna be market crashes, they're gonna be crazy stuff. The way we make money is by staying focused. And you know, I'm not saying that we want bad things to happen, but bad things will happen. And as traders, right, we want to find our job as traders is to find the opportunity and stay with that. And especially as new traders, right? Some of you are newer than others, right? If we learn this early, right? If we learn this early, we'll have much more success. Really good traders are able to keep their composure, right? That's why they are professional traders. So when everything is going crazy, what Buffett says, right? Buy. Why? What does it say? Okay, let me see here. Okay. Um, I lost my train of thought. All right. But when everyone is selling, all right. Oh, yes. Sell when everyone is greedy, right? Sell when everyone is greedy, and when everyone is panicking, okay, is when we want to buy. All right. So we want to buy at the bottom when everybody's panicking. All right. And we want to sell at the top when everyone is greedy. Go something like that. All right. All right. So keep that in mind, Gerald. Anyone else? Anyone else? Corey, you have anything? Or Gerald, do you have anything else?
No, I don't. Thank you, David.
Okay. As a new trader, as a new trader, what else do you guys want to ask me as a new trader? Kawisi, Corey, Gerald, even Wanda, you too. And we have someone that just came on. It says iPhone. I don't have a name there. All right. So anything else? As a new trader, what do you guys want to learn as a new trader? Don't be shy. Wanda, anything you want to learn as a new trader?
All right, I'm totally lost what you guys are doing. So that's the reason why when I saw it said beginners, that's why I wanted to come on because I'm interested in learning how to trade, um, how to go about trading, who do I need to get connect with in order to do it? Do I do it on my own? How all that work? I have no idea.
Okay. Have you so this is you haven't traded at all?
No.
Okay. Um let me ask you, why do you want to do you know anyone who trades?
No, not personally.
Ah, okay. Why do you want to trade? What caught your interest?
I was listening to an iPod or
Uh-huh.
a podcast, excuse me, and they were talking about the trading and getting into it and learning how to figure it out, and that's where the money is. And so I just want to start making some more extra money on the side
Okay.
for myself and for my family.
Okay. Okay. Good, good. You know, most new folks, most new individuals come in. That's usually the number one reason, right? I know the way I got in was back in, I'm older, I'm old. Um, Back in 1980, I was in college. I think I was a junior in college, and I saw the movie. You guys will be able to place my age, but this was in 80, I think 87, 88, and I saw the movie Wall Street, the first Wall Street, and that's what caught my interest. And obviously the money and all of that was what caught my interest. So that's what really brings us to trading. But when we get into trading, there's some things that we don't realize. There's some things that we need to learn. Okay, so one, I'm going to give you some tools here, and everyone else here. Hey, Miranda, everyone here. Here are some tools. Yeah, and these guys know what this is already, but guess what? You know, it's good to keep going through this. So Corey, Gerald Kawisi, you guys have seen this, but it's good to go over this again. I also go back to the basics. As a matter of fact, you know, I like doing the beginners class every week because it forces me to go back to the basics. All right. So every week I'm forced to go back to the basics, which is cool. So I'm glad you guys are here. You know, especially Gerald and Corey, because you guys have the systems and you've been trading with us. So keep coming, really, guys, keep coming to this, coming back to the beginners class. So trading in the zone. So Wanda, you guys should see my screen here, trading in the zone. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, so this book here, you know, so rather than just getting into trading, get some tools. All right, learn about trading. All right, learn what it is, just like anything else, right? You know, just for a job or careers, we don't just get in and start doing it, right? We have to learn, right? We have to go to school, right? We want to be a doctor, an attorney, whatever. We got to go to school and we got to learn, right? Same thing here. Same thing here. There's no secret way of doing it. There's no easy, quick way of doing this. This is a profession just like any other, right? Just like any other. That's why we have professional traders, right? We have professional traders, and then we have everyone else. All right. So we want to trade like a professional trader. We want to get the knowledge that professional traders have. Okay. So that's the work we have to do. Okay. And then guess what? We do that work and we get the results of a professional trader. Okay. So master the market with confidence, discipline, and a winning attitude. Okay. So trading in the zone, right? Gerald has it, Corey has it. Okay. You guys, we give this we give this book free to our traders that do our one-on-one coaching with me. All right. But you can also get it free. You don't have to buy it. You can get it free on so Wanda and everyone else, you can get it free on YouTube. So you can go tonight on YouTube and type in Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas and start listening to it. All right. Start learning how this business is. Before you take a single trade, Wanda, start learning what trading is. All right. So trading in the zone goes to the concept of trading. There are lots of books out there on trading. I highly recommend this one. I highly recommend this one because it's about your mindset, right? And we have to use a totally different mindset when it comes to trading. Trading is very different. I golf. I don't golf as much anymore, but golf is very difficult, right? Trading is much like golf. Very, very difficult. When you think you've got it, right? Just when you think you've figured things out, boy, it will test you, okay? But the big thing here with trading is that we put capital on the line. Every day we put capital on the line. So our hard-earned money we put on the line. So could you imagine, right? Right? You put on a trade, you lose $100. You put on another trade, you lose another $100. You put on another trade, you lose another $100. And sometimes that's how it goes. And that's tough, right? So that's $300-400. We could have taken that money and we could have put that anywhere else, right? We could have used that money somewhere else, right? So that becomes very emotional, and we have to trade through that, right? Trade through that. So our mindset has to be critical. So we need to learn about the type of mindset we need to have. Okay, the type of mindset that professional traders need to have. All right. So master the market with confidence, discipline, right? Discipline and a winning attitude. All right. So first, right, first thing in order, right? We have to get this book or get the audio book and start listening to it. Even now, I've been doing this for over 25 years. I will still listen to this. Not every day, but in my downtime, I get bored, I'll pop it in. All right. I don't read the book as much, but I'll listen to the audio book. All right. All right. So great resource. Another resource I'm going to give you guys is, let's see here. And for those of you who are with us already, this is good. We forget this sometimes, right? We forget this. Corey and, Gerald and Kawisi, right? We forget this, right? Support and resistance. So Wanda, take a picture of this, right? Mirando, right? You guys take a picture of this. If you don't have it, support and resistance, right? Take a picture of this, right? I'll go through this a little bit. Take a picture of this one right here. Let's see here. Can you guys see this? 4 market phases. You guys see that? I just want to make sure. You guys see that? 4 market phases.
4 market. No, I don't see 4 market phases. I just see support and resistance.
Oh, okay. All right. Did you guys did you take a picture of that?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, screenshot. Okay. All right. So let's do 4 market phases. Let's see here. Let me share that. All right. Give you some resources here. So 4 market phases that every trader must know. Take a picture of this. And take a picture of this. All right. And the next one here. I won't be able to go in each one in detail, but unless you guys will have it. The next one is trend following right here. Trend following. Okay, so take a picture of that so you have that. Okay. I'm going to I'll do 4 market phases that every trader must know. All right, let's see here. Okay, so the 4 market phases that every trader must know, I'm going to share it. All right. Can everyone see it? The 4 market phases that every trader must know? You guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go through this. We don't have a lot of time, just about 15 minutes. Okay. I'm going to go through this. So Wanda, I'm going to pick on you. I'm going to pick on you a little bit here. All right. But I mean well. I mean well. All right. Since you are brand new, you've never taken a trade, right? And everyone think about that, right? Think about when you guys were brand new, never traded before. All right. What do you do? I mean, can you imagine how it would be for Wanda right now, right? She's never traded before. She wants to trade. And she's heard all these things, good things, right? You can make money, right? Trading, but you can also lose money, right? So it's got to be a frightening thing, right? I always put myself as a new trader when I first started trading. Okay. So and that allows me to really connect with traders. All right. So Wanda, let's say, for instance, what is a stock that you've heard of? A stock, right? That you would, if you wanted to trade, right? If you wanted to get in and trade, that you would want to trade. What's a stock?
Nike.
Nike. Okay, why Nike?
Because of the sports that are out there and everybody's using their shoes.
Okay, so it's a sports and everyone is using it, right? Using their shoes, very popular, right? The Jordans, right? Okay. And let's see here. So it's popular, right? It's popular. There's a need for it. Everyone wants to buy it, so we would buy it. Okay, so when would we buy it? When would you buy it?
When it's down.
When it's down, okay, so you would buy when it's down. How do you know it's down?
Listen to the an app that a podcast that tells me that it's down, or go on a newspaper, even in TV that tells you it's down.
Okay, so let's say, for instance, and I'm gonna mess with you a little bit. Okay, it's all in fun, but it's gonna get you to think. So let's say Nike. Forget where it is right now. Forget the price that it is right now. We're just gonna say, okay, so Nike stock is trading at $500, right? And you mentioned when it's down. That's good thinking. Okay, so let's say last week it was $500, and this week it's at $400. Is it down?
It's down, but not enough.
I like the way you think. Okay, so okay, so right, next week it goes down another $100, so $300. Is it now to buy? Would you buy it now, Wanda? It's went down. It's cheaper. It went down.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I don't know what the trend is when it will probably go back up. I think I would I'll hold off for one more time and see if it goes down to $200.
You said something. You said you would wait till you don't know what the trend is, and you would wait until it goes back up.
No, I don't want to go up. I think of it more like buying a pair of shoes. I would rather get 2 pair of shoes for the price of one. So if it's on sale, I'd rather buy my shoes than buy it at the regular price.
Okay, so now it's $300. So it's a sale. It went from 500 to 300.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that if it went down each week, maybe it'll go down even further the next week.
Okay, so the next week it went down $200. Do you buy it now?
I believe if you have the funds, you can buy it now. But if like myself, I'm just getting started. I don't want to lose $200. It won't hurt me if I lose $100. So I'd rather wait one more week.
You want more? Okay, so you wait one more week, and now it goes from 200 back to 400.
Okay, so I missed out.
Okay, so you missed out on what do you do?
Wait again.
Wait again, and now it goes to 12. We can play that game, right? But how do you think you would feel though if it was at 200, you didn't get it, and now it's at 400? How would that make you feel? Because you wanted to buy it, right? So it went from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2. You thought it would go lower. It didn't go lower. And now it's at 400. It jumped to 400. We see this all the time. How would it make you feel if you didn't get in at 200 and now it's 400?
I missed out.
Okay.
I'm hoping that it'll turn back into my favor to go back down.
Okay.
I guess it's sort of like gambling. You either put that extra quarter in a slot machine and you bet that you win, or you don't.
I like the way you think. All right. I like the way you think. Okay, most people don't think that way, right? Most people would, first of all, they wouldn't wait for it to go lower. So when we get in as traders, right, most traders don't wait for it to go to get a better price. So I like that thought process. All right. So you are patient enough to wait, right? You want a deal, you want a better price, right? So that's good. That mindset is good. That we always want a better price. We want a deal. It's a funny thing, right? Everywhere else in our life, right? We go shopping, right? We want a deal. But when it comes to trading, we don't look at it that way. We just buy, right? And we buy at the top. And we buy at the top because that's where it's popular, right? That's where Nike, it's popular, right? Jordans are popular. Shoes are expensive, so Nike's at $500. I'm not saying that's where it is, but we're just playing with numbers right now. And we buy it because it's popular, not because we're getting a deal. Okay. So that mindset, Wanda, that's a good mindset to have, right? You want a deal. But how do we know it's a deal? And then how do we know if 200 is a deal? How do we know if $100 is a deal? What do we know? How do we know if $50? How do we know if $2 is a deal? So it could go from 500 all the way down to 200, and it might not be a deal. How do we know if it's a deal? Wanda, I'm going to continue to speak on you. If it's $2, if it goes from $500 to $2, it dropped, right? You can't get any better than that, Wanda.
Right.
You can't get any
That's
better.
a good deal. I'll buy a couple shares of those
You buy a
at
couple
$2.
at $2.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. How do we know it's a good deal, though? Just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's a good deal. How do we know if it's a good deal?
I'm not really sure. I think that if I know that the company that I'm looking at has a great reputation, and for whatever reason they're on a hard time because of the economic system that's going on, that it took a nosedive, but that doesn't mean it's going to stay there. At one point, at some point, it's going to go back up. As long as the quality of the material is still is good, I think that it's a sale because it is from Nike, not a knockoff.
Okay, that's a good way of thinking. Can anyone else jump in? How do we know that $200 on paper, it looks like it's a good deal? How do we know if it's a good deal? Anyone? On paper, yeah, it looks like it's a really good deal. It's a good company.
The best deal will show up as the break of resistance.
Okay, but what does that mean? The breaker. One that is brand new, Gerald. One that's brand new. She doesn't know what resistance is. She doesn't know what a break of resistance is. So how would she know that it fell from 500? We know based on the price, yeah, it's a cheaper price. It could go to 5 cents, right? How do we know it's a good price? It's a deal. She wants a deal. She wants a deal, but she doesn't want crap. How do we know?
Well, you have to look at the price chart, look at the price down, see at what point the price has reached over the course of a time frame that she feels comfortable with to trust.
Okay. All right. So okay. So Wanda, I'm going to stay with you. You go into the mall, right? You mentioned you want a deal, right? We go shopping and stuff. You go into the mall, right? And you pass one store, right? And they've got a major clearance, but the store is empty. There's no one there. Major clearance, right? Everything is marked down. There's no one in the store. You keep going and you come to another store. And same thing. You got a big clearance, but the store is filled with people. And they're walking out with bags of stuff. Which one would you go into? Would you go to the store where no one is in, or do you go to the store where everyone, it's packed, people are walking out with bags? Which one do you go to?
So the store that has nothing in it, basically, or nobody in it, versus the people who are in it, and the sales are the same. Are you saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point in time, I'm thinking the one that has nobody in it, if the sales are exactly the same, I'm thinking they're probably having knockouts over there because this one has more people over here. Maybe they believe that this store is going to stay around for a while, where that one might be on clearance because the inventory they're shutting it down.
Okay. So yeah, yeah. But just think about it. You don't need to think about all of that. Which one would you just walking by, right? And you just window shopping. You're not even trying to get a deal. You just window shopping and just visually, just think right off the bat, which one would you go into?
Okay,
So
to me, I could suggest I will go to where there are no queues, because the same product I'm going to buy is the same product those people who have queued on the other store. So I'll go for the one which has no queue.
So you would go with the one who has what you have?
I'll
The one
go
that
to
has
the
empty.
where there are no people.
Where there are no
Because the same product I go for
Okay.
is the same product which will be selling the other store.
Okay. All right. So, all right. All right. So no one, Miranda. Okay. Anyone else? Which one would you guys go into? Gerald L. Which one would you go into? Which store?
Well, if I know everybody is walking out with bags of purchases, I want to walk out with bags of purchases too. So I'm going where everybody's at.
Going where everyone is at. Okay. Corey, which one?
I'm going with the trend.
It's not a trend. It's a store. It's a store.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm looking at, the store that everybody is, going in and getting stuff. I look at that as the trend. So I'm following I want to be where all the good stuff is, because if if everybody's buying from there, the good might be quality. So of course that's going to pique my interest.
Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Gerald, the other Gerald. Which one?
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna follow the other fellows, exactly what they say, If the store has all the goods in it, I'm gonna go with them, get me some of them goods. I want my little bit. I know I can't get it all, but I want my little bit.
All right, good.
As much as I can get.
Yeah, okay, good. How about Kawisi? How about you? Kawisi, how about you? Which one? Wonder. While Kawisi is thinking, Wonder, which one? Now you've had a chance to hear everyone. Which one?
The one that it still has stuff in it, but nobody's there. I'm able to get the pick that I'm looking for.
Okay. Okay, good. All right. So just because it's a cheap price doesn't mean it's in demand. So we need both. We need the cheap price or the lower price, and we need demand. The way we need demand, the way we recognize demand is because guess what? The store is filled, people are walking out. That tells us that we don't need to know the quality of that product. We don't need to know the value of that product. The fact that it's filled with people and they're walking out with bags, right? They're buying it, right? They're buying. will tells us, guess what? It's in demand. It's a good product, right? And you said it, Wanda, right? You said it that Nikes are great. So even if the price went down, something might have happened, but it's a good company, good product. Same thing here. Okay, so we don't just buy it because it's cheap. We're gonna buy it because there is a demand. We will know that it's in demand because now we can get into the technical analysis, right? We know that it's in demand because it's breaking resistance. Okay, we know buyers are buying, right? The store is filled with people, right? They're walking out with bags in their hands. Okay, so we know they're buying. So eventually we know that price will eventually go back up, right? Versus the other store has cheap products, right? Or low price products, let's put it that way, but the store is empty, right? And that's a clue. And you said it, good job, Wanda, that it might be going bankrupt. Okay. So yes, do we want to buy cheap? When it comes down, the price comes down. You guys should see my chart here, right? Comes down. Yes, we do want to buy it cheap. So we don't want to buy it up here at $500. Hold on. All right. We don't want to buy it up here at $500. We do want to wait until it gets down here to $200. All right. I mean, $2 right here. All right. But we want to make sure that there are people buying, right? So we need confirmation that people are buying. Now, we might not get that deal at $200, at $2. We might, by the time we get in, everyone has been buying, right? So we might get it at $3 right here, $3. But it's sure better than $5. But we know that they're buying. We know that they're buying. All right. So I'm going to end with this. So good job. All right. Good job. Good thinking, Wanda. This is the way we want to think. All right. We don't want to just randomly buy. We want to get a good discount, good price. We will know that it's a good price. Not because it's low, because other people are buying. Other individuals are buying, right?
So you can see that?
Mm-hmm. We can see all of that. Yeah. We'll know when they're buying when the price breaks resistance. All right. And we'll get into support and resistance next time. Okay. We'll get it and it will make sense. But yeah, we can see that. We can see when they're buying. Okay, so we don't just buy because it's low. So you were good. You did good. We weren't just buying at 400. We weren't just buying at 300. We weren't just buying at 200, right? Right. We want that price to come down, and then we get confirmation to buy when other buyers, other individuals are buyers. And the other individuals in our business are institutions, big banks, or a lot of traders, buying. So good job. Way to think. Okay. So you're thinking on you've got the mindset, right mindset. We want a discounted price. We never want to buy at the top, right? We want a discounted price, but we don't just randomly get in. We need to wait for confirmation that other people are buying also. All right. So, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Wanda, keep coming back. Okay, keep coming back. All right. We have classes every evening from Sunday, every Sunday through Thursday. Okay. And I think you've got a good mindset for this. Okay. So keep coming back. Don't just come to the beginners class on Tuesday. Come to the other classes. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
For being here. Okay. All right, guys. That's it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the other class. Take care. Good job. Take care. Bye-bye.